back on his feet. Does not really show any intention of calling for a runner, which he can. Laws of cricket permit a batter to have a runner if an injury is sustained after the toss and after the commencement of the innings.
That's true, but it's soon going to be a thing of the past because the new rules, the ICC guidelines are going to change that. It may just mean that you will not get a runner come what may, and I think we players are only to be blamed for such a drastic step by the ICC, because a lot of people have been guilty of camouflaging or opting for a runner when they're not actually injured.
Well, but the way Adarsh is wanting to continue, it can only hamper his injury, aggravate his injury, probably keep him out of action for the next weekend. And if they happen to win this game, his presence is going to be vital for the next weekend's game that has been lined up at Hyderabad.
A good shot. Adarsh is clearly struggling there. He would definitely not want to miss the next game, because if they go on to win this one, that would be the decider. And if he happens to be the action hero, he would not want to be out of action for long.
Are you happy with the start that Telugu Warriors have had so far?
Well, I won't be complaining if I was Venkatesh, because they have lost only one wicket. They've already put on 53 on the board. They actually went off to a flyer. They got off to a flyer eventually, and if they can consolidate from here onwards, I think they are very decently placed.
Well, that's a wide again. Good to see one of our former colleagues umpiring. The one who is at this end, the man in your picture is Sadashiv Iyer. He's a former Ranji Trophy player. He played for Vidarbha Cricket Association. He was a good batsman, wicket keeper.
It's always good to see cricketers getting involved, staying connected with the game even after their playing years are over. Mumbai Heroes, they really need to pull up their socks, because the way their innings is panning out, they are going to be in for a huge chase. They haven't really started well. They came back somewhat, but now again wayward bowling is not helping their cause.
They need to break this partnership pretty quickly, and definitely something would already been playing on Sunil Shetty's mind of introducing spin, because Adarsh is struggling with a hamstring injury, and it will be difficult for him to dance down the wicket to get to the pitch of the ball. So spin is an option that Sunil Shetty needs to consider after this over.
Well, a brilliant shot, goes all the way. It's a 6, maximum for the batsman, 62 for 1 after 6 overs.
First of all, but yeah, I am officially Telugu Warriors brand ambassador, their mascot, so I totally support my Telugu team.
Okay, and interestingly, you're from Delhi,
yes.
So of course you'd like maybe a Delhi team to come about, maybe a Punjabi team in the Celebrity Cricket League?
Though I don't really follow Punjabi movies, but yeah, I mean, see,
If you did a Punjabi film, maybe you would.
yeah, of course, then yeah, for sure. But for me right now, being a part of Tamil and Telugu both, and we're gonna venture into Hindi by the year end, I am really in a fix, really what to support.
I was just going to say, Okay, I mean, when next year when we have the league again, then who are you going to support? Mumbai, perhaps?
Well, maybe whoever approaches me first to support them.
All right, okay, fine. And what do you think about the atmosphere here? Obviously, you know, the crowds are building. There's a lot of support coming in for the Celebrity Cricket League.
Yeah.
And of course, it's great to see maybe stars playing, you know, as cricketers.
See, as everyone knows, cricket and movies are the most celebrated things we have in this country. And when they come together like this, it's a treat for the whole country. Like,
As it is for you and I. And you know, let's talk about Venkatesh, who is the captain and of course a legendary actor. And it's always good to see him out there on the field performing as captain.
see, last time when I was here for just the curtain raiser match, you can say a month back or something, at that time I happened to see him and he was really responsible for the South team to win over the Mumbai team last
And
time.
also the man of the match in Vizag.
So that really gives us, he's like the USP for the team right now. So that makes him the captain as well.
Indeed. Okay, a lot of good cricket coming our way. Enjoy yourself and thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
A change in bowling. Adarsh, who's been pretty impressive in his previous game as a left-arm spinner, has been introduced into the attack. I think it's a smart move by the captain of Mumbai Heroes because he knows that Adarsh is struggling with a right hamstring.
Well, can we call it telepathy? Because before the last over, you were talking about bringing on a spinner, and that's what Sunil Shetty has done. And I think the day is not far off when you will have the players mic'd up as well. And in the meantime, another boundary. I think Akhil is not going to hold anything back.
Well, the misery for Mumbai Heroes continues. They're dishing up loose deliveries, and players of the class of Akhil and others are not really going to let these balls go unpunished.
A bit more discipline from the Mumbai Heroes bowlers. This game is running away from them. Adarsh may not be able to run these days, or in fact in this game, but this game definitely is.
Oh, that's Castle. The move to bring back Adarsh has paid rich dividends for Mumbai Heroes. He flighted the ball up, induced the batsman to make a mistake, and that's given an enormous breakthrough for Mumbai Heroes.
Apurva has got the big fish, Akhil that is, castled him, defeated him in the flight, made him play a bad stroke, and he is happy. And why wouldn't he be? Wonderful way to get your counterpart. Akhil, 19 of 13 balls. Prabhu is the new batsman. Telugu Warriors 67 for 2. Akhil has just been dismissed. And I think it's a huge breakthrough for the Mumbai Heroes. Things were looking gloomy for them. But Apurva Lakhia has brought them right back into the game.
That's it, Sonu, that's it, Sonu! Come on, Sonu, come on! Guys, Sonu!
This is the wicket of Akhil, a well-set batsman, beating him in flight, a classical left-arm spinner dismissal, and isn't he ecstatic?
Indeed he was. Putting that arm ball very smartly, changing the pace of the ball. That was the last ball of the over. 69 for 2, Telugu Warriors after 7.
Well, that's a man with a vision. He's the CCL promoter, the director, and his name is Vishnu Vardhan, and along with him is the co-founder of CCL.
Those were the co-founders, Perumal Reddy, Mr. Reddy, and Mr. Vishnu, the promoter, co-founder. CCL has been their brainchild. Kabir has been introduced into the attack. Sunil Shetty is rotating his bowlers nicely.
And what we've seen from Kabir is that he bowls a bit of off-spin, but never really bowls it off-spin. He tends to angle the ball away from the batsman. He bowls probably a 5th or 6th stump line, and it'll be a better idea if Sunil Shetty provides him with some cover on the offside.
Which he has. In fact, he's got a third man inside the ring, he's got a point fielder inside the ring, and he's got a sweeper cover as well. So he's got that offside covered. Now it is up to Kabir to bowl the ball just slightly fuller, making Adarsh stretch a bit. We all know that he's struggling. I hope Kabir realizes that too.
What do you think of all this? The trend that is happening in all film industry is that everybody is wanting to make or produce a sequel to the earlier successes that they have had.
Well, why wouldn't you do that? We have seen sequels doing ever so well in the Hollywood. Then you had a few in Bollywood. If you see Dhoom 1, Dhoom 2, they've been fantastic. And here we have another director of the CCL.
Come on, Dad.
Well, brainchild, a very successful event. These were the people who saw to it, who gave canvas to the image that they had, so that the event has translated into a reality.
Come on, come on.
Decent delivery, fetches a single. They can keep it quiet here. I think they are still very much in the game. Just keep it quiet, keep it straight. Make sure that the batsman has to do something out of the box. Just stretch the envelope a bit more, and in fact stretch Adarsh because he is struggling with his hamstring.
Pretty impressed with the technique that Adarsh has demonstrated. I think he bats with a high elbow, stays upright, likes to play all around the park. And I think they can very well make a good 11 out of the CCL thing. The promoters might even start off thinking of some tournament like a Champions.
Well, I've been told that we may just get to see their own version of Champions League. It won't be just the Indian cinema or the Indian industries. They would want to actually go out there, play against a team from Hollywood, British cinema, and I think they do have the vision. And let's see if this event becomes successful and the following years go ever so well. There is a good possibility that your dream of playing Champions League at this level might just be fulfilled.
Then who would be the players that you would pick in probably an Indian movies or Indian movies cinema 11, so to say?
A couple of guys walk in immediately. Dhruv is definitely one of them. Akhil has been extremely impressive. Adarsh is may just scrape through. And they have a few others as well. They are actually decent cricketers, and I'm pretty sure that even if they go abroad, they are going to stand firm.
Meanwhile, Apurva drifting on the leg side, Adarsh taking full toll, using the pace of the ball and just playing towards the fine leg region for a boundary. Well, this time it was small short and perfect placement from Adarsh. He's dispatched this towards the left of the square leg fielder for another boundary and moves on to 49.
Adarsh has been the pick of their batsmen now. He's struggling, but it hasn't hampered his progress in this tournament or in this game. He's batting on 49, just a stroke away from a personal milestone, a half century. But I would be looking forward to see that how he reacts after he reaches that milestone. It's ever so easy to get carried away and eventually throw it away, but he's in a position to score a big one tonight.
That's 50 for Adarsh. A very well played innings, only of 28 deliveries, and his team value it. It's an invaluable knock for his side, keeping their hopes alive in the tournament. And there's nothing better satisfaction when your teammates value your contribution.
Absolutely, that's what you crave for. As a cricketer, as a performer, as an artist, you want your peers to acknowledge your achievements. And once they do that, I think rest doesn't matter. A fine half century by Adarsh. He's played all over the park. He's not paid heed to his injury and has taken his team into a very strong position.
Come on, boy, come on, boy.
What's impressive is that he's carried on despite being injured, despite being hamstrung. And this is a trend that we are continuing to see in CCL cricket. Even in the earlier game, Dhruv was struggling with an injury, but he fought through it. And here you see others. So it's I mean, they're putting the body on the block. The Telugu Warriors 81 for 2 after 9 overs, and it's strategic timeout.
Well, the ball has just slipped down the leg side, wide by Apurva Lakhia, and the strategic timeout will have to wait for one more delivery. Another full toss, another boundary. They finished their first session on a high, 86.
Kabir continuing from the pavilion end, bowling his brand of off spin or sliders, so to say.
Well, that's Robin Singh, familiar face. He's been a brilliant cricketer, right now the coach of the Mumbai Indians.
And is he here to scout some talent for Mumbai Indians?
Well, you never know. You never know. These guys have been exhibiting great skills, and you may just find one. And in the meanwhile, batsman is doing all he can to impress Robin Singh there.
That's a top shot, sweep shot played by the batsman. Placed it to perfection between the fielder at deep square leg and deep mid wicket. But there was some variation as well. The bowler bowled behind the popping crease.
And that shows that Kabir is a thinking bowler. He's not leaving anything to chance. He is trying to vary his pace, his flight. Just that he's not able to get those breakthroughs. Stretching Sunil Shetty there, manages to just complete that run. Turning out to be a decent partnership. Kabir and Sunil Shetty and others are trying their best to break this one. This lady is really happy with the proceedings so far.
And that's a foolish delivery, played down the ground. But the crowd basically after the Chennai Rhino games has probably gone back because they wanted to see a lot of quality stuff from their skipper Surya, who didn't really provide the entertainment that was expected of him.
Well, that can happen if your home team disappoints you. You may want to just show your displeasure, but then you have to give it to them. It's been a hot day. They've been here.
Yes, that's it.
Good delivery to finish the over. 93 for 2. Telugu Warriors. Well, Telugu Warriors 93 for 2 after 10 overs. And I have with me Atul Vasan in the commentator's box.
Thank you, Akash. It's been a thrilling display of batting. I think they've learned their mistakes since yesterday in Bengaluru, and they are making amends for it. In a very solid position and looking towards getting to 200 mark, which is a big psychological barrier for any team, even in these good batting conditions. I'm just wondering how and from where Sunil Shetty can, dig up resources to stop this barrage from Telugu Warriors. Adarsh is well set and is looking good for a big one. And to be honest, Akash, I think they have bowled poorly. They've not been consistent. Couple of good deliveries followed by bad deliveries. Somewhat top-level cricket is about playing golf. You got to play, or you got to bowl 4 or 5 good deliveries in a row to really put the pressure.
Well, I completely agree. I think I've been a little flummoxed with the strategies as well. I did not expect them to start with Sonu Sood and Mahesh Manjrekar because both the guys, Sunny and Shabbir Ahluwalia, had done a decent job in the previous game. But they chose to change that combination. They wanted to change the fortunes. But as far as I'm concerned so far, it hasn't really changed anything.
Yeah, they could have tried Mahendra Singh Dhoni's tactics, which has really worked well for Chennai Super King in this very ground, starting with the spinner. And looking at what Kabir Sadanand has been doling out, he's been pretty consistent with his leggies. So that could have probably surprised the batsman. We got to buy the wickets earlier on. That's a decent line, and that's what I was telling these boys, because they don't have the experience. So if you just bowl up and let the batsman drive, you'll get away with it. Anything short of length, when the batsman can get underneath the ball or get width outside off stump or leg stump, and you are sitting duck.
That is definitely easy pickings. I think Sunny has demonstrated good skills. He's pitched it fuller, he's kept it straight, and in fact took a wicket as well with a really full delivery.
He's got that natural slingy action where the ball reverses a little bit or appears to be reversing, and that's where batsmen tend to miss the line. The strong and decent pace in the air. Look at that. That's much better. You can't do much with that. You've got to be really top drawer to drive it in the gap, and these batters are not that good. So if you can just bowl straight up in the stumps, you should be all right. Again, close call. This was could have been a big appeal there. No support for the bowler.
Well, this Mumbai Heroes team is looking a little deflated to me. Drooping shoulders, not even appealing that much. Yes, they would want to change their fortunes, but I think it's all about a special individual performance here. Somebody has to lift the spirits of this team, do something extraordinary, a run out here, a catch there, a special spark of brilliance. I think that is what's going to really bring the best out of this team.
Again, a good follow-up delivery, full up. Even for a well-set batsman, it's not easy to hit it. Sohail Khan is looking tired. In Chennai, heat is sapping. Even in the best of weather, best of the days, and today is a good day, I must say. It's a nice breeze there. Good comeback over. Can Mumbai Heroes turn it around from here? This over should lift them up. Last delivery, if you can patch it up nicely, and a couple of good overs with a couple of wickets, this might just be a 160 game eventually.
Well, you would want to believe that if you are Mumbai Heroes. A decent delivery. Driven down the ground for a single. Telugu Warriors 97 for 2 at the...
Well, the Telugu Warriors are doing a pretty good job. 97 for 2 right now and are doing pretty well at this stage. And I have with me Siddharth, who's quite the cricket buff. I met him at the IPL games. Now he's playing for the Telugu Warriors, living a dream.
Yeah, I'm living many dreams in one day. Playing at the Chinnaswamy yesterday and the Chepauk today is like a fairy tale come true.
It is for a lot of you. I mean, I've heard that constantly, that, you know, it's amazing for you guys to come out here and play at these historic stadiums. But of course, it's a do or die situation today. You lost yesterday. Today, you really need to come out there and beat the Mumbai Heroes.
You never want to be in a knockout in a tournament because it is a short form tournament, so we have only one chance once we make a mistake. But it's against Mumbai. I think we're looking good. We're going at 9 and over. It's a beauty of a batting track. So being a bowler, I'm not really looking forward to bowling, but it's just about having a lucky and a good day, I guess.
You know, after losing yesterday, I'm sure you would have gone back to the drawing board and tried to figure out what went wrong. What was discussed?
Two things actually. One, to make us both feel better as well as kind of get a reality check, is that we are actors at the end of the day, and there's no point beating yourself about stuff that you're not getting paid to do. It's for fun, and it's better to kind of be a good role model and enjoy the game and kind of have a gentleman spirit. And secondly, to play better cricket now that we're here to play the game. I think we've got a good side today, and I think the toss was a good one to win because it's a beauty of a batting track, and the weather is gorgeous as well, considering it's Chennai in the evening. We're having a surprisingly great evening, and so let's see. I'm hoping the crowd's not here, but I think we should be fine though.
I know there should have been a bigger crowd cheering you guys, but I'm sure that'll happen in the next weekend when you go on to Hyderabad and Vizag. But I got to say something to you. You know, you just mentioned that, you know, you're actors and you haven't really come out there as professional cricketers, but I have to say you've surprised a lot of people. All the teams have put up a performance out there where it actually shows that you guys are determined and serious about it as well.
I think the one thing that I told a couple of people before this tournament started was we might not play anywhere near as well as the IPL players, as the people are used to watching, but we'll definitely play better than any of them are expecting us to, because I think that's a given. As actors, we're told to give our best every day at what we do. So even though the skill might be missing, sometimes the intent and the hard work is never really missing.
Well, it's always about the intent, but if it's any consolation, I must tell you that you're putting up a great show for your fans, and that's a wicket. Not too good for you, but
we have a couple of other really good batsmen coming up, and it is the 12th over. I think 180 is par for the course on this wicket, so I'm hoping we get there.
All right, okay, all the very best to you, and thank you so much for talking to us.
Go Warriors. So finally a wicket for Mumbai Heroes, consolation, and I was making that point last over when
Well, they've got the wicket, which they dearly wanted, and Kabir has done the magic. Needed to slow things up, the ball up a bit, induce that mistake, and Kabir has done just that.
It's always better idea to take the pace off the ball, off the game. When a team is really going great guns, you've got to slow things down. These are tactics. Time and time again they've worked for the teams. And the new batsman will take his own time. There was no power, no conviction behind the shot. It was just bludgeoned. And no mistake there. Almost half a dozen catches were dropped yesterday. Oh, that's a good shot, that. Very well played shot. And this guy's in prime form.